Hello, everybody, and welcome to We Will Write Your Favourite Song.
Sorry, it made me laugh just before we started filming. That's what happened there.
And I could have waited for you, but I just went straight in
Let's
there.
go on. Time is precious. Let's go.
I believe we're up to episode 5. Episode 5.
I'm not the person to ask. I get very confused. That sounds about right.
I'm easily confused.
Is it? I think we're up to episode 5 and about to do what we said we'd do in episode 2. I think that's the way this has gone so far.
Absolutely.
But that's okay.
We've procrastinated and chatted and tangentialised.
Tangentialised.
We've done all sorts of stuff, yeah.
And but it's good we're creating the bond between us that will...
And between the three of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent.
And then that'll come out in the broadcast in the song.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
Perhaps you haven't seen any of these episodes before. You're not only wondering what we're talking about, you're wondering who on earth are we? Well, this is Greg Powell's, and my name's Paul Amer, and we have decided to take on the difficult task of writing someone's favourite song. We don't know whose.
We haven't decided that yet, have we?
May not even be our favourite song.
I don't think it should be ours. I mean, it'd be nice if we like it. I think that's an important thing.
Yeah, that would help.
Yeah.
But maybe it'll be your favourite song, and you'll let us know. If you haven't seen any episodes before, feel free to keep watching this, but at some point you'll want to catch up, so you can do so at this current address that we're displaying on the screen now. And the last episode is probably crucial to this episode.
We stopped talking and started playing. That's what happened last week.
We did have some progress.
We had a little bit of, which I'm not sure I can... It was that, wasn't it?
Yeah, basically. That sparked the fire.
That was it. And then your little eyes lit up and you started looking over the top of my head and I could see the words forming in front of you, so I just kept playing.
And you could hear the cogs turn.
It was there. I could hear the machinations whirring.
And with this progress, I guess, what did we have? We had like a first verse, perhaps?
Kind of, yeah. With the inklings of an idea that could germinate into something being close to a starting point. That's what I would describe it as.
Yeah, and a story forming, I think.
It was sounding like a bit of a story, which I think was mostly coming from you, wasn't it? I'd just put 3 chords in a row that you liked, and then you were sort of coming up with the idea, and we talked a little bit about... Was it going to be a love story that ended nicely, or was it someone in a bad relationship saying, "Oh, I've done it again"? I think that was kind of where we were.
Have you ever written a song almost to your own order? Like, have you ever found what you wanted the narrative to be and the kind of story arc, and then framed a song around that? Or like me, do you tend to just start a song because you think that's a nice lyric or that's a nice chord, and then the out comes this story that by the end of the songwriting process seems to be like a complete cohesive thing?
I did one recently, which I haven't finished. Are songs ever finished? That's a conversation for another time.
Are they ever finished? Well, I mean, people like John Lennon said he would rewrite the whole catalogue, the back catalogue. There's not a thing he would change on the Beatles songs.
I heard there used to be a TV program where people listened to their own old albums and talk about them, and I saw the one that Paul Simon did about Graceland, which I'd say is one like a big album for me when I was younger.
Yeah, I mean it's significant.
And I was listening to, I can't remember which song it was, but I remember there was a bit on it, and he went, "That's the only line I wouldn't change."
Oh wow!
I thought, wow, that's being hyper self-critical there.
Yeah.
If you can look back on one of the most successful albums ever and go, that bit's all right, but the rest of it I'm not sure about. Yeah. But
one of my favourite songs would be Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen, who we mentioned last time. And he had something like 17 verses, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot, yeah.
And then a gentleman came along and rearranged it. And then that rearrangement was heard by Jeff Buckley, who released that rearrangement.
Right, okay.
Which had,
5 verses?
Right, okay.
Maybe?
Well, I mean, all wonderful verses.
Yeah.
And then since then, I believe Leonard Cohen also plays that arrangement.
He does that version of it. Yeah.
So I guess somebody else has changed it almost and still retained that same song. It's difficult, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, my instinct is it's almost a museum piece, especially some of those, big past master classics. And you do perhaps put it behind a locked case and you do not let anyone breathe on it.
Don't mess around with it too much.
But then who am I to tell Paul Simon that?
And you know what we've done here?
We've
wandered. We've wandered off, and I haven't even answered the question you asked me, which was, have I ever written a song where I had an idea for the story?
Greg, have you?
I don't think, and I started saying, I've written one recently that is a story. And the honest answer is I can't remember, and that was about 2 weeks ago. I feel like I was just playing around with some chords and I started singing about someone called Maggie because it fit, and then it became like this melancholy thing about like years ago, her getting together with a guy who was a fisherman who had to go out to sea, and then the waves swamped the deck and he's gone, and then she sits on the bench they used to, and it kind of all fell into place very quickly. So that doesn't really answer the question, does it? No. I don't think I tend to just start writing.
I do.
See what comes out. I know this is not very helpful way of describing it.
No, I think it is, but I think it's true.
Yeah,
it's authentic.
Yeah, the song I think I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, the one that I've started doing differently recently, where I've started playing it with the capo off and singing it differently.
Right.
I think that one, I had a melody in my head and it seemed to fit something. And I'd been listening to some old songs that were stories, and this story fell in my head of, oh yeah, this character had a one-night stand and then was thinking about the woman afterwards because he never saw her again. And it's not me, it's a character, but I wrote it from that point of view, and then the whole thing kind of came together from the start, really, with the mood I wanted it to have, the kind of chords I wanted it to have. The melody was already in my head, and the story. That's the only time I've done it like that, though, I think. There's always been one or the other formed first.
Yeah.
Which is a good name for a band.
I think I would concur from my own experience. You raise another good point.
Shall I just put the guitar down and let's not pretend we're going to write a song?
You need to stay armed and dangerous. But sorry for the vocal meandering. But you raise another good point of it's not about me.
Right, yeah.
Because usually it is about me, or perhaps it is about you. But then that makes it difficult when it's clearly not about you, and or I worry somebody or some people might start to read into it that it's autobiographical.
Yeah.
And then perhaps either be hurt or be elated, or there's a whole tenet of emotions that someone might feel from a song.
I think we've said, maybe we haven't said before, so let's say it now just in case. But I think if you don't write from a personal standpoint, I don't think it would connect with people as well.
Cold. Yeah, too cold.
I think if you thought, okay, this is going to be a song about lost love when you're young that happened over the summer, if you try and do that, it maybe won't connect. Whereas if you just go, right, I'm going to write a song about my summer love, then people will hear that and go, oh, that reminds me of that summer I spent with Josephine.
Yeah, because they can hear it's personal enough. However, I do feel that it's got to be impersonal enough that they can do that. There's a real fine balance to it.
Very much so, yeah. Yeah, if you're being specific about place names and we were walking along the seafront holding hands at midnight, then people have to have been walking along. But if you say we had a romantic walk and I gazed into your eyes, that could have happened anywhere to anyone, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Do you remember that romantic walk we had on the...
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. Actually, this is a good moment to say thank you to our sponsor and our host, which is the Seagull Theatre Lowestoft. They have a wonderful brochure and catalogue of events and performances and classes that take place at this wonderful community venue. You can find the work that they do and that they put on their website, which is www.theseagull.co.uk, displayed by Greg. Thank you very much. And I highly recommend you check them out, and I give high gratitude for their time and space for us to put this podcast together.
Beautifully put. High Gratitude is a good name for a band.
High Gratitude, yeah. So where we got to was that chord, yeah.
Is that the speed I was playing at?
I think so, roughly. Not that you're playing roughly.
I know what you're saying, don't worry. Then we'll have a bagpipes start now. So that you've kind of written down the words that we sort of stumbled over towards the end of last week.
Which so far, and this is subject to change, of course.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
The editor's pen is brutal.
This is it. Very much.
Final.
Yeah. And you want 47 variations and then pick the best one. That's what I always
exactly
say.
That.
Or I just write one and go, that'll do. Because
it's like ice cream. You have to try them all, don't you, before you know which is your favourite flavour.
I like what you're saying. Yeah.
So the words we had so far were...
Okay.
Back when I tried to deny my existence and justify building my walls of resistance, she came along like a dream I was glad to be shown. Then suddenly seemed to be everything I'd ever known. Okay, so As we said, everything that happens towards the song should occur inside this room.
Yeah, indeed, yeah. So,
and I haven't thought much about the song, but obviously sometimes there's some little synapses and lights that go off.
It's hard not to. It's hard not to be driving home from here going, yeah, okay, yeah. So we're not, I mean, as has probably become evident just then, I haven't been picking the guitar up at home and going, I know where it'll go next. I've done that at all. But
do you think it needs a shift, or does it need to redo another verse? I feel like what we've got there is one complete verse.
Yeah, I would agree with that, yeah.
Including the kind of pre-choruses.
Yeah, with that little bit there, the little change. But I don't know whether then do we go round that again and then go into a chorus or a change, or do we change it now? See, this is where the current trend thing that we talked about can happen, because recent years it's been very much just get to the chorus really quickly.
Yeah.
Don't have stuff that goes backwards and forwards, just...
Although, because it's got such a mysterious, almost dark sound, I wonder if to shift to a chorus, is it premature at that point?
It feels to me like we could, because you're kind of setting up the story at the moment, it feels like we could do the same thing again.
I'd like to...
There could always be some other kind of instrumentation.
And again, we can change. We can put the chorus wherever the heck we like.
Yeah. We haven't even thought about where the chorus is going to go yet.
But for now, at least, like you say, to carry on that narrative and build that arc, maybe a second verse would work well.
And it means I can just keep playing the same thing.
It might be that because for the first time last episode, we managed to get in well under half an hour.
We did.
Yeah, which was a miracle.
Which was our aim from the start.
And I think we also need to do so this episode. So it might be that Greg and I have a bit of to and fro over sort of nuances of lyrics and stuff. So there might be some edit points.
Yeah.
So we've got a he, or presumably a he, because it's in a lower voice
because
than normal.
we're singing it, yeah.
But when I try to, and he's quite, I don't know, he's not a very certain type of character, is he?
No.
And perhaps not the most upbeat, positive.
No. So it sounds like he's describing. It's like the early part of a conversation we say to someone, well, what happened was I was feeling like this, and then she came along, and then I was feeling like this. But we don't know what part of the story that is, of what he's leading up to. So is he leading up to it? And it turns out she was horrible. Or is he saying, and it turns out it just got better and better? Or does it, but in the end we had to part because I went off on tour? Or...
We don't even know who she is.
No.
I mean, is she a daughter or a lover or a dog?
That's a really good point.
Or a new cleaner?
But again, but it is that thing, like we said, is if we don't specify that, then someone out there will listen and go, this reminds me of my daughter.
Or
someone else will go, this reminds me of my cleaner.
Yeah.
Someone else will go, this reminds me of my dog, who also used to clean. You just suddenly came out with the...
Yeah.
So did you just find that the words dropped in that fit the melody, rather than, this will be a song about this?
Yeah, they did, which is, I mean, I don't want that schmaltzy kind of divine, but it was just, you played that, I tried to find a melody, and then in order to find a melody, I needed some syllables, and those syllables happened to be words, and those words happened to be roughly kind of self-evident. Yeah, it wasn't really anything that I thought I'd like to do this. It was just there. Yeah. Which again doesn't always help our listener and our viewer.
But then it's the reality. So we could just shall I just keep playing it and we'll see if that happens again with the next verse?
Yeah, okay.
So you could kind of sing through what we've got so far.
Yeah,
and
okay.
Then, ignore the fact that...
if I can keep going, because I've been thinking. So this is what she did to or for him,
right?
Then how was it reciprocated? I guess might be the second verse.
Right, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll go from the top, and then if you could repeat. Back when I tried to deny my existence and justify building my walls of resistance, she came along like a dream I was glad to be shown. Suddenly seemed to be everything I'd ever known. Practically speaking, I've little to offer. Desperately seeking a reason to stop. Stop. Is that a good enough rhyme, offer and stop her.
Yeah.
So desperately seeking a reason to stop her.
Go back to that.
And then... So she, at that point, what's she going to do? So he's got nothing to give back, but he clearly feels there's been some kind of reward there in her presence.
Yeah. I like that. That desperately seeking a reason to stop her. That was good because it's kind of like I'm getting scared by this.
Push and pull, isn't it? Yeah. I need you close, but not too close.
Yeah. I'm really starting to fall for you, so this is when it's time to bail out.
Yes, and we were talking about that before, weren't we? About how. Or many episodes ago, when
Way back when.
That early feeling of I feel this way. I hope I'm not a fool. I'm not a fool, am I? You feel this too, like that kind of.
Yeah.
And maybe I guess we're trying to.
And that is the thing of
verbalize.
And again, it is the thing that with the thing of making this something that other people will like to listen to. I think everybody's been through that.
Yeah, I hope
probably
so.
more than once. Whereas stuff that happens later in relationships, maybe people haven't got that far or they haven't been through it in that way. But I think that initial thing of, wow, I really like you. Oh, you really like me as well. Oh, something's happening. But I like that not finding a way of just going, I don't want, almost, this is what I need, but I don't want it to happen. Sounds like a very male thing, doesn't it?
Maybe it is, or maybe it's an artistic quality.
It could be, yes, yeah.
So, reason to stop her. So how would she react to that? What's her process? So I mean, if she's as good as he says that she is, I'm guessing she's seen this trick before. This push me, pull me, kind of. Right. What do you think? I mean, we don't know her. We still don't know if she's a cleaner.
No. Well, it's up to us, isn't it? It's all kind
of.
But I suppose we don't, because he's telling the story, we don't have to do like a clever, what would she be thinking? Because what we're saying is what he thinks she might be thinking.
Yeah.
And that he might be, like we're doing with these lyrics, he might be tying himself in knots.
Yeah.
Overthinking it and going, yeah, but she's saying that, but what if? She can't be this good. There must be something hiding in the background.
Yeah, that's true.
She's going to break my heart eventually, so I'm going to bail out now.
Yes, but will she allow that? How about the line, desperately seeking a reason to stop her, she made it obvious she didn't need permission to stay.
Right, yeah.
Maybe,
yeah.
Hang on, quick. That might not fit, but maybe if we can clean it up a bit.
Okay.
Desperately seeking a reason to stop her.
Oh, no, and then...
She made it obvious she needed no reason... No, and again, sorry, I've got it. Yeah, this time. She made it clear she required no permission to stay.
There you go, yeah.
Yeah, that fits?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've already forgotten what you said, but as long as you've got it.
She made it clear she required no permission to stay. And then we need another bit like that. Something say. It's got to be a... What would she say? She made it... Why would she say? I didn't fear. But what would she say? I didn't fear. What would she say? Well, how about I didn't hear.
She said she didn't need permission to stay. I didn't hear what she was trying to say, all the words she was trying to say. I didn't hear all the words she was trying to say. That's it.
Is she saying that, or is she playing it cool? What about if he's not hearing what she isn't saying?
Oh wow, okay.
I didn't hear what she wasn't trying to say. Could we...
I like that. That's kind of like the double, not double negative, but it's that.
There does seem to be a weird relationship going on.
What did you just say? I didn't hear what she wasn't trying to say.
Yeah. Can we put the whole thing of that together?
Yeah, I like that. That's really...
She made it clear she required... Yeah, from here.
Okay, go from there.
She made it clear she required no permission to stay. Oh, but I didn't hear what she wasn't trying to say. Attempting. That would fit better. Okay. We've got more syllables. I didn't hear what she wasn't attempting to say. Yeah. Are we happy there?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one of those lines where I think, "Oh, that's clever."
Well,
I like that, man.
Well, thank you. I think we're just trying to keep that push me, pull me.
Yeah.
There's almost like an artifice going on here. They're kind of playing each other. And this is developing, like, because we hadn't sort of preordained that, had we?
No.
Because we don't know these people.
And also is that thing as well. Which I think we've talked about before about when something just fits the melody. It's how you word it so it fits can sometimes make more sense than it being grammatically correct.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah.
So sometimes
Dylan does a lot of that.
Yeah. So just getting the words out in any way that sounds good is better, because sometimes if you try and make it make sense and it doesn't fit the melody properly, it sounds more clunky. I think I like it when you sort of if you read it, you go, oh, hang on, that's not.
It's more conversational,
right.
isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I love the way Dylan does that, especially in the early days. But then there's that lovely line about she was married when we first met, soon to be divorced. I helped her out of a jam, I guess, but I used a little too much force, which is just a wonderful
simple twist of fate.
Good.
No, Shelter from the Storm.
No, it's neither. It's
We're not allowed to sing. We drove that car as far as we could abandon it out west. Split up when it turns out.
Me.
It was best.
Tangled Up in Blue. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
that took us too long. And it's from my favourite album.
It's one of my favourite songs, Tangled Up
Goodness
in Blue.
me, yeah.
Italian poet of the 7th century. Yeah, it's great. Anyway, our song.
Yeah, back to our bit, yeah.
So could we put the whole thing together?
Yeah, should we try it?
Yeah.
Do you want to put some notes down?
Yeah.
While we think of it. Because, again, on about 3 of these episodes, I've said I'll sit here with a notepad, because that tends to be the way I do it. Myself, being old-fashioned and old, I just scribble stuff down on a
Well, I'm using
a pad, and you're doing it on some kind of clever note thing.
Yeah.
But I didn't bring a notepad anyway, so that shows how professional I am. I do apologise, Paul.
No, don't be at all. So from the top one more
Okay,
time.
we're going to go through the whole thing, okay. Are you all right with the speed of this, by the way?
I think the speed is, if it doesn't sound like I'm babbling. Well, back when I tried to deny my existence and justify building my walls of resistance, she came along like a dream I was glad to be shown. Suddenly seemed to be everything I'd ever known. Practically speaking, I'd little to offer, desperately seeking a reason to stop her. She made it clear she required no permission to stay. I didn't hear what she wasn't attempting to say.
I love that line.
Well,
cool. I really
Thank
do.
you.
Yeah.
But if it's a good line, then it what it deserves is a massive. I think it needs a massive lift at that point.
Yeah. Have we talked about? We have, haven't we, about the fact that there are now things online where you can just put in.
Kind of like calculators.
I want to write an Irish jig, and it'll give you the chords to use. I think.
I mean, is it AI? Because I hate AI.
We have a shared disgust
we hate
of.
AI.
Yeah. I suppose we could mention at this point, if we haven't mentioned before, that we're not going to use it at any point, either for editing or for planning or for lyric writing.
Why not? Yeah, let's put a mark in the sand. And I'll do it for myself personally. I have never, and I hope never, to use AI in any kind of creative process.
Yeah. It's an interesting discussion that I think isn't happening enough, because people are just ploughing on going, well, it's here now.
And I think that's perhaps how we've ended up at this point.
Yeah.
To show people it's not actually necessary. Anybody can do this. There's nothing really special about myself or Greg that means that we can do this.
Yeah.
It's just that we've given ourselves the time. I guess it's the time.
I think this is the fun bit of, if you have an idea and then you have to put in the work to get it to where you want it to go. If you have an idea and just go, write a story about a dog that learns to juggle, and then sit back.
There's no process.
You're not going to get any sense of satisfaction, I don't think, out of the end of it. It's putting in that.
I'm loving this already because of the exploration.
Yeah. Or I could go there. Again, I'm going to use Paul Simon as an example again, just because I think I've mentioned that I watched this amazing interview he did in the 70s when he was halfway through a song. And he was able to say, I've got 3 choices now, because I can go to the 7th or I can go to the 2nd. I don't have any of that understanding. All I can do is move my fingers around and find something that sounds okay. That's too
harsh. What about
harsh
if we went
jump.
A to the C? No, I think that is just too much of a fundamental shift. They're interesting.
You put a thing up that says, for the next 20 minutes, we were faffing around trying to find one chord that would go after.
Well, I think we found several.
I think maybe just because they're all just the the basic major chords, aren't they? But I think maybe going to one of them is too much after.
Too
so
stark.
Maybe none of them are going to work.
Well, they're both nice. Before we lose them, what were they?
Well, that's a B, and then that is B7. That's B minor 7.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I know.
I mean, that might be nice in another song.
Or like a breakdown. We've got it on camera, so we won't forget it. Yeah.
Yeah, but that hasn't helped. I feel like pointing out as well that this is how a lot of people write songs as well. It's
Especially
not just
together.
an indicator that we're really bad at this and it's taken us ages. There's lots of footage you can see of really well-known people taking ages trying to work out one
including
chord.
Lennon and McCartney.
Yeah.
And it's only because we've got a bit of a paradigm shift needed,
Yeah. Should we try and do it the other way around then and maybe
melodise it.
decide what we want to do with the voice?
Yeah. The voice
and
has
then-
definitely got a lift, doesn't it? Because
Yeah,
I'm singing
I think
in
you're
my
right.
boots so far.
Yeah.
Which
Which has been affected by the recent cold. We have to be honest, you're a lot deeper than you would have been. But so maybe because that bit I played that and you came up with the melody, but now maybe we can do it the other way round where you can, if you know where you want it to go next, maybe we can then work out what it would be.
Attempting to say, then we go up.
Yeah.
So then we go up.
Because in the story, his life's getting better, so he's feeling lifted, so his voice goes up a little bit.
Maybe, yeah.
A little bit of backstory to it.
And because the verse has been very lyrical, I wonder if the chorus lyrically could be quite simple.
Yeah.
And easy to sing along with, and da 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 dum 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 dum.
And back down to
Is that a long enough chorus?
Well, I mean, we could get clear. Maybe that isn't the chorus. Maybe just a little break bit, and then we go back to the verse, and then there's
like an extended chorus
then,
after verse 3.
Yeah.
So who knows what the words would be? But that's probably not important right now. Ba 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 ba. What's that second chord, Jan?
Was it there? Okay.
Yeah, I like the first two.
So because I thought that's the same chord structure, we're just moving it down to, I think that's F sharp minor or F minor. So it's keeping it. It's not a harsh jump to a major chord, is it? But it's giving. Yeah, maybe it's.
Could it start with that first inflection? And then take the middle finger out again? Oh, no, what was it?
I know, because that was a different...
Ah, sorry.
Go back up to that. So be...
And back again. And back again.
It does sound like that is naturally taking the melody upwards if we went to the
and I
B,
think the chorus would have to have a really dominant harmony as well.
Right, yeah.
So those chords won't work with what I've just sung, but as a harmony with a melody underneath it, I think it would...
What's that she wasn't attempting to say.
Da 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 da. And then could it just linger on that first chord? Stop. Dum dum dum, and yeah, like that kind of. Could we leave it ringing out?
I wonder if it's the jump from that. So instead of going, it wasn't attempting to say, but then instead of doing that, could it go like, wasn't attempting to say.
Yes, yeah, that's
it. Something like that.
Yeah,
so
it needs to not trip up on that.
Yeah, instead of going up to that and then change. So. Could we even, like the say bit changes? And
Yeah.
Whether that around, so we can either go attempting to say, or something, or it'd be then she wasn't attempting to say.
To say she wasn't attempting to say.
Although I do like the fact that's such a lovely line. It's nice to give it the end.
I like that.
That's quite nice.
It's still not. It's still not like a G and a C, like a nice kind of easy, happy major chords. There's still something in there that for the eternal pessimist, like that sounds like fairy lights.
We're keeping the Leonard Cohen vibe.
Yeah,
which is fine. Yeah, but it is because I think that going from that is playing all that whatever 7 that is and that thing to then jump to like a. Feels like too harsher.
Yeah.
Whereas to then go like.
And it would probably, I think, do 2 rounds of that before any lyrics kick in.
Right, okay. Okay.
How would you feel about that? Like, wake up, get out. And again, stand straight. Don't shout.
And that kind of thing.
Or? Yeah, that's what I'm hearing in my head. Is that's not complete, but
no.
Like just a very different feel to the chorus. Like it's not quite so lyric laden and or it might be there's a lyric over it and that's just in the back. That might just be the backing vocals. I'm not sure.
Because nice you got that. Back when a da 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 da. It's quite pacey and lyrical. So if the chorus is more of a like you were doing long syllables.
That kind of it's almost a bit of Pink Floyd, isn't it? Like stand still and fade out.
What's my feeling about?
Yeah, nice. Yeah, what's this? How about what's this feeling about?
Yeah, I thought I'd shut down everything in my heart. So what's this feeling about?
How about
something like that?
How about this first chorus is like half the amount of words that the next chorus will be?
Oh, okay.
So like you're saying, like shut down, fade out, feel out. I don't know. And then the second verse is adding in extra syllables.
Okay,
that starts to put those words into some sort of meaning. Do you see what I mean? Like,
yeah. Filling in the gaps.
What's this feeling about?
Yeah. Okay.
Or maybe, I mean,
that's a possibility.
That'd be clever if we can manage it.
Yeah.
You know what?
And then we're going to have one of us singing fade out later on while the other one's going, I felt my uncertainty fade out. Or it would have to be longer than that because it would have to be twice as long, wouldn't it? But I like the idea. I like that idea.
It'd be nice. I like the idea, but I wonder if I've set the bar quite high there.
It's good to be ambitious because we can always tone it down and just.
But I really like. We found the chords. I think it was worth. It was worth the 15 hours that we've edited out.
Because it's that thing in the end. It doesn't matter how long it takes, as long as you're happy with the end product. That's what I'd also say as well. You know, we didn't say we're going to write your favourite song today.
No, of course.
It was we're just going to try and get to a song at the end of it.
And again, I would definitely emphasise that I'm just having a laugh with a mate, like trying to find something that we've done together. It could have been a piece of pottery, you know, in the style of Ghost.
Yeah. I think if we got into a flow, we would spend like a whole day doing this and get a lot of structure. Yeah. But the fact we are limiting ourselves to like half an hour every couple of weeks.
These are quite small segments, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to having like a songwriting day with you sometime.
We might write your favourite album.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But for now,
thank you. And we hope you've enjoyed episode 6. Tune in. We'll perhaps end up with a third verse and maybe even that full chorus by episode 7.
Who knows? We'll see.